I think you have some deep insights working with the Plan, Do, Check, Act system. When did you first realize that? When did you first realize the practical power of this PDCA in improving organizational performance?
Wow. Thank you, Ronald. So personally, I didn't mention earlier, but I'm qualified in ISO integrated management system. I hold on 45001, 9001, and 14001. My background is in environmental management. However,
Okay.
in my field of safety that I've actually focused on mostly in my career, I've been experiencing accidents, the incidents in the workplace, whereby you find that even during the enrolling of the projects, you sit down, you come up with policies that are supposed to avoid these incidents. Previously, Ronald, you had one of the podcasts that highlighted on the zero harm, the vision zero harm, and that is
Yes.
something that very interesting because when our delegates came from different countries, they mentioned that actually accidents can be avoided. So I asked myself, how comes in the project we would still have these accidents? I will not mention the contractor, but we had a fatality in the project. And you ask yourself,
Mm,
how comes we can reach this extent? Because the fatality is now the topmost pyramid area of the pyramid where we say, okay, our KPI is now finally broken. Now, if you can do something about it, you ask yourself, what can I do about it? Now, when I try to integrate my lessons from the ISO standards into the management systems, I realize actually those who come up with these systems, they have something going on.
mm,
They have the idea of the Plan, Do, Check, Act. Because by the
mm,
time they sit down to come up with these policies, they are thinking ahead to have a baseline for those on the ground to have solutions
mm,
for it.
mm,
Now, during these accidents, to your answer, Ronald, I during the investigation, we were finding out that everything that was recommended from the corrective actions, these are things that could be done. These are things that seem obvious. These are things that are actually mentioned on a day to day. So why don't we actually do them? And this brings us to
that is the
the
question. Mm.
exactly. So it brings us to the do. And in your Vision Zero, I'm very sure in your conference you mentioned it. How can top management be involved to actually do what they say they're going to do? Now, this Plan Do Check Act actually reminds us, it's a constant reminder because when you're doing your inspections, you're doing your audits, you are reminded when the HSE professional or even the quality or the production professional sends that report to
Mm,
management and says, you know what? There's something that
mm,
could cause something here. Now, that's when
mm,
management needs
mm.
to open their eyes. So I said, you know what? This is something that I would like to actually talk about. And given this chance to Ronald, this is how I wish to share it with my fellow like minds. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.